With so much of information online, so many students are confused about what career or jobs to pursue. I myself started as a filmmaker, then pursued engineering, then tried coding, but eventually pursued UX design. I know how scary and confusing it gets when there are so many options available. So then, how do you plan your career? Where do you find the right guidance? So in today's video, I will be giving you a solid 6-step framework called S.E.A.R.C.H along with practical worksheets that you can print or duplicate my Google Sheet template to plan your career. I'll share all the important questions that you need to ask yourself along with hacks that I have learned in the past 5 to 6 years that helped me take better and more fulfilling decisions in both my college days and professional life. All worksheets are free to download, so without wasting any further time, let's get started. Now, before we move ahead, I have 4 confessions to make. Number 1, the truth is that 5 years ago when I was in college, I had 0 frameworks to follow. I am where I am because of luck, trial and error. Because I created these frameworks this month in 2024, now that I have some experience. But back in 2016 when I had just entered college, I had no clue about what I would do. So important factors like my luck, geography, friendships and mistakes have helped me get where I am today. But now that I have made these mistakes, you can learn from my story and then use this 6-step framework to get more clarity. Number 2, no matter what people say, your hometown, your parents' education plus awareness and your schooling will heavily impact your career choices. I'm pointing these things out because the truth is, life begins unfairly for a lot of people. Note, life begins unfairly, but that doesn't mean that it will end unfairly as well. If you cannot change the cards you have, then change the way you play your hand. I legit have this stuck outside my studio. You can always change your life starting today. Number 3, this roadmap is not going to work for everyone, especially those who are planning to become entrepreneurs, because the entire game changes when you decide that you want to build something of your own. This is a framework for young professionals or students who are confused or planning, just figuring out what job or freelance career to follow. Number 4, you cannot rely on friends, family, or even your own college for a great high-paying job. But even then, please make sure you choose the best college and degree that you can. I am not one of those people who will recommend you to drop out. I am still one of those people who believe that it is always great to have a degree from a good college. Those motivational stories sound great, but when you see the real stats, when reality hits, you'd realize that 90% people need a degree to get the entry into many doors. When it comes to choosing a college, if you're in India, then simply go ahead with the option that has the best brand and perception value. We'll cover this topic someday else. Because you're probably thinking, Ansh, stop with the preface, can you quickly give us the 6-step framework? So yes, here it is. S.E.A.R.C.H stands for specifically define, examine current state, audit direction, refine goals, complement skills, and have a good time. Let's understand step number 1, specifically defining what you want. You need to first ask yourself the following questions. Each and every question is supremely important. Now you can either duplicate the Google Sheet given in description or download these worksheets or just take the questions and put them on a piece of paper. Whatever you feel works for you. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Number 1, how much money do I need to make per month in my first year of job? For example, at the age of 21, you can say 75,000 rupees a month. Second, how much will be my expense if I move to a new city or house for a new job per month? Let's say in Bangalore, it'll easily be anywhere between 30 to 45,000 rupees a month. Then, how much money do I need to send back home or pay any debts per month? Let's say for this, your answer is 30k a month. Now, just at this point, do you realize that the math is not adding up? If you have to pay back debt and your goal is to just make 75k a month and you want to live in Bangalore, you're on the wrong track. So what would be the solution? You either cut down your expenses or aim for 1 lakh a month so that you have that buffer, so that you have enough money to send back home. Now, why am I giving this example? Because you need to be super specific about how much money you need per month, because that will tell you in what direction you need to hustle. This is the level of practicality that you need to approach these questions, because you'll realize that your brain is actually not very clear about what it really wants. So you need to ask the following more questions. But wait, before we move ahead, Just a quick realization that majority of you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel. My team and I work really hard to produce these videos, and only you can support us by clicking on subscribe and hitting the bell icon. Let's get back to the video. Alright, I want you to list down all of these questions and then think about what your heart says. Number 1, how much money do you need to make in the third year of my job, which would be around say age 24. For me, this goal amount was 2 lakh rupees a month at the age of 24. Then ask yourself, how much would I need after 10 years, which would be approximately age 31? Then how much after 30 years, which would be almost after the age of 50? Do you like to stay in one place or keep traveling? Do you want to become an entrepreneur in the longer run? Do you want to be famous or be respected by a niche community? What is more valuable to you, passion or material success? Are there any seniors or friends that you look up to? Are there any influencers, YouTubers or celebrities that you look up to? All of these questions are in the worksheets, so you can download them or write them down. Because these answers will give you clarity about your internal compass, about what you really want when nobody else is watching. You need this because this is where you really want your life to be. However, the next step will tell you where you are, and that beginning point is extremely valuable. So let's start with step number 2, which is to examine your current state of skills. Number 1, make a list of things that you're good at. Number 2, make a list of things that you are interested in. These are very, very different. You might be good at something but inherently not interested in it. And of course, vice versa, you might be interested in a lot of things that you're not really good at. But for now, just finish these 2. On number 3, make a list of things that you are bad at but interested in. Now, when you look at the intersection of the things that you are interested in and are good at, this is something that you can learn and hustle in very, very easily. But this is not everything. You need a career that pays you well in the long term. Because passion and interest might keep you fulfilled till a certain age, but eventually when your parents get old or when you get married or have children, they will rely on you to help them live their life. When that happens, you need money to live a comfortable life, if not for yourself, but for your parents and for your relationship partner. So now you need to check that out of all the things that you're good at and interested in, what are some skills that can help a tech business? And I specifically say tech because it is the most booming field. So rather than having a skill which is serving brick and mortar businesses, if you can somehow figure out how to help a tech business, I'm telling you, you will always have more work to find. So ask yourself, what are some skills that can help a tech business? And what are some list of companies in India that have any similar JDs? And then what are the average salaries of this JD for a fresher? Next, how much does the top 1% earn? And then most importantly, can I consider myself in the top 10% of my niche even if I consider just the freshers? Next, do I regularly upskill or read or improve myself to reach my goals? Maybe it could be an income goal at the age of 24 or even goals at the age of 35. Next, who all do I know personally that can help me plan my career? Any friends, any relatives? And the next question I haven't really added into the worksheet, but this is something that I used to ask myself regularly as to what makes me really, really angry. What makes me extremely furious? Because that really helped me motivate myself because I really wanted to change a lot of things when I started out. And trust me when I say this, you should run this exercise every 6 months because with time, even your goals and priorities will change. Now this step number 2 right here will tell you what are some skills that you need to target in 2024. Where exactly do you stand? Now please be careful, just because you are good at something doesn't mean that you should pursue it forever. I was very good at video editing, but I didn't pursue it because I always wanted to have a job where I will work for a big tech company building products. I personally loved just observing and breaking down products. And I also knew that eventually I would want to make my own product. So I switched from video editing to UX. Even though even today, all of these YouTube videos, I play a huge role in the editing, but I never pursued it as a full-time passion. I know a lot of video editors who are making a lot of money. I will not share the specific numbers, but I'm telling you it is way more than what even UX designers earn. But that person is in the top 1% of the country. Also, there's a very important goal setting framework taught by Warren Buffett, and it's not just for goals but for basically setting priorities. It is something like this. He says, make a list of 10 things that you really want in life. Then circle the top 3 that you want first, the ones that are very important to you. Now keep these 3 goals separately and be extra careful of the remaining 7. Those 7 goals are going to be the ones that distract you from the top 3 goals. Isn't that mind-boggling? Also, we're giving away hardbound copies of Think and Grow Rich to 5 viewers who document their learnings and tag us on LinkedIn and Instagram. This giveaway is only for viewers living in India. You'll find all the details in description. Now, step number 3 is the most important step that you'd ever take for your career. And that is checking if your daily actions are even directed towards your actual goals. This is how it works. You need to first analyze your answers in step 1 and step 2. And then ask yourself, are these even in sync with each other? Step 1 is what you desire in life, and this is where you want your journey to end. Step 2 is where you are currently. Now, to draw a straight line from where you are to where you want to be, you need utmost clarity as to where do these 2 points lie on the map of possibilities. Because majority of the people that I know are blindly working in direction A, whereas their goals and aspirations are possible only if they choose direction B. Because they have not spent time writing down what they want, they haven't spent time reminding themselves about what they truly want. They're blindly hustling, hoping that somehow just working hard will make their dreams come true. Quick reminder, you don't need speed, you need velocity. And we discussed this in our previous video, which was on how to make 2024 the best year of your life. If you haven't seen that video, please make sure you watch that video as well. Now, this means that if you are good and interested in video editing and you are working day and night hustling as a video editor, but in your questionnaire, you have written that you want to earn 10 lakh rupees per month at the age of 24, then you need to ask yourself, you need to create a proper audit of your skill sets and your directions. Am I working for the right type of clients? Is my video editing quality rising to that level every month? Who are those people who are actually achieving this monthly income? And then am I following a similar path? Because you will not make 10 lakh rupees per month at the age of 24 just selling basic looking short form content to some random creators. You would have to become a long form video editor or an incredible short form editor. Whatever it is, right? That is some research that you need to do by figuring out people who have achieved this outcome. But you have to be extremely practical and extremely specific about where you want to be and what are the actions you need to take to get there. Can you see how practical and real you need to be? And see, none of these answers will come in less than 10 to 15 days. I'm calling this out right now. Minimum 2 weeks you need to do this research because this is your life that we're talking about. If spending 15 days can help you fix your next 10 to 15 years, then it's completely worth it. For example, if you want to make 1 crore a year at the age of 40, then you cannot expect that as a simple graphic designer or as a basic UX designer in a random startup. You have to make sure that you have the skill sets and the growth mindset to target specific companies to have that level of skill sets where you can deserve that kind of money. Because nobody will pay you anything for free. It doesn't work that way. There are no free lunches, and it is only after you give immense value that the world pays you back with respect and money. And you might be simple or basic or struggling today, but you can't stay in that same place forever. And if you want something that you've never had, then you need to do something that you've never done. You need to be in the top 1%, and it's completely possible, I'm telling you. And most probably as a creative professional, if you really want to get into the bigger leagues, in most cases you'll have to build a service business after certain years of experience to reach 1 crore profit. Now exceptions are always there where people achieve things very, very quickly. But when you plan, you should always take a conservative approach. Next, you also need to tell yourself that no career path is actually forever. For example, I can actually split my career into year-long cycles. Sometimes I do things just for 4 to 5 months simply because I need to pay the bills. I need money for something specific. So I might end up doing some work that I don't see myself doing forever, but I'm doing those just to keep my family stable. And that's completely okay. As long as you're paying the bills and as long as you're aware that you need to eventually pivot, it's all good. But that awareness of direction is very, very important. On step number 4, you need to refine your goals with more awareness. You don't know what you don't know. So you need to get new information to take better decisions. You need to conduct intense research via 3 modes: YouTube, LinkedIn, and books. For example, if you're planning to become a graphic designer, then you need to search for the following titles on YouTube. Now, no matter what career you choose, just swap your career with the graphic designer word, but follow the same steps. These are the keywords you need to look on YouTube. Mistakes of graphic design career. Hard, ugly truths of graphic design career. Graphic design career roadmap. And then in the filters column, you can look for longer videos and top rated videos. I'm telling you, the videos that are really, really long and have low views are often the ones that have the maximum value. Then make sure you document your learnings on any tool. It could be Notion, Affine, Google Keep, whatever you like. Then find exact job titles and people on LinkedIn that are already doing what you want to do. Then download their profile PDFs, download the job descriptions of the company that you want to target, and map out what all can you start learning and how can you start filling in the gaps in your current resume. Because you have your ideal person's resume in your hand, you have the JD which will list down all the responsibilities and skill sets you need for this job, and then you have your own CV in front of you. So it should not be rocket science for you to figure out where are you lacking. Once this is done, we will move to step number 5, which is about boosting your complementary skills. Folks, I just don't understand why are people not talking about this honestly. At a certain moment or at a certain stage in your life, it is not about how good you are with your work. It is often about how good you are at persuading people, bringing people together, communication, soft skills, charisma. Please make sure that you're focusing on your soft skills, nutrition, sleep, fitness, and charisma. We've already made so much content on these exact topics. Not sure if you've seen the basic Dhruv and Amir Arjunwala live stream. Extremely underrated live stream because I purposefully made it in a very shabby way, but I would recommend you to watch that. We have a playlist called Fix Your Life. I would totally recommend you to watch those videos. And you need to ask yourself that what do you want people to think when you walk into a room? And all of these questions will make you realize that there are so many things that you need to fix apart from your core skill sets. And you have good enough time. I'm not saying you need to change yourself completely. This is a process that takes years. I have been working on myself for 4 years now, and I am still a work in progress. In fact, I've made a detailed communication masterclass video where I've shared dozens of personality improvement and confidence improvement tips. I'll put all the links in description. Spend time on YouTube channels like FitTuber for learning about nutrition, Charisma on Command for learning about charisma. If you feel that your style is bad, just search for the word old money aesthetic either on YouTube or on Pinterest. Get a basic set of dumbbells, cut down your sugar intake, cover at least 5,000 steps every single day, have enough water, invest a little bit into skincare, and I'm telling you, in a span of 4 to 5 years, the way you see yourself, the way everybody else sees you, it'll be a completely different game altogether. You won't believe the kind of ROI, return on investment, I've gotten just by focusing on these things. And I know that a lot of people will mock me for this, but the people who use these laws, the people who use these techniques, the ones that have grown in life simply because they started taking care of themselves, will know how valuable this is. At the very end, we come to step number 6, which is about having a good time. The bottom line is, it is very difficult to beat someone who's having fun. You need to make sure that you're regularly rewarding yourself in this entire process, otherwise you will stop having fun. There is no roadmap that will work in all these cases, but the point is that if you have some money, don't go super aggressive on yourself that I will not spend any money and I will do this and do that only when I get to a certain milestone. Don't do that, you will burn out. And when it's a long-term game, when it is a 10-year long game, you have to think like a long-term person, right? Like if you play short-term games with your health, your nutrition and your relationships, trust me, it piles up. It does pile up. Most of the people around me, even in the content creation world, they're all short-term thinkers. They think in spans of 5 to 7 years at max. The real game is when you can see what will happen 10 years from now, how my relationships will evolve 10 years from now. All of these things really, really matter. Trust me, make sure that you're focusing on your nutrition, health, invest in the right kind of relationships, invest in meeting more people, invest in traveling if you can, give more before you get, and don't penny pinch. Right? There's a very popular saying that never be penny wise and pound foolish. Right? And of course, we'll get into these techniques later, but I just wanted to make sure that this thing is at the very end, that take care of yourself. Go out for a coffee, go for a movie, reward yourself, buy things for yourself. Because when you buy small things for yourself, trust me, the motivation goes really high. Spend on your parents. Maybe take your mom out for a dinner or a lunch and just like let her buy something nice. Gift a watch to your father. Ask your father to, pick anything in the store and, just do things for your parents. I'm telling you, it is a very, very rewarding process, and you will feel way more motivated when you eventually buy things for your parents and your friends rather than just, buying things for yourself. Now, before I end this video, I just want to make sure that all of these techniques and roadmaps and worksheets are just to help you get more clarity. There is no roadmap that I could have ever made for you. That is not how it works. The important thing is that you need to walk on a path that has been created out of awareness, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And if you're walking on a path that is very, very clearly defined by default, that itself is a proof that you're following a path chosen by thousands of other people before you. If you're on a path that is messed up, it means that you're the first one. And if you crack, you will be the only one to sort that out. And that will give you immense leverage and legendary status. So to quickly revise what we've learned in this video, you need to follow the S.E.A.R.C.H framework. Specifically define what you want from your life. Examine your current state of skills and personality. Audit your direction to check if your daily actions are even leading to your goals or not. Refine your goals by learning from others and being extremely clear about what you want. Complement your skills by improving things like communication, nutrition, and charisma. And most importantly, have a good time, otherwise you will burn out in the longer run. If you like this video, make sure you comment below your favorite lessons. I'm excited to see who wins the hard copy of Think and Grow Rich. If you want such videos, make sure you put in the comment section as to what all topics should I cover in the upcoming set of videos. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, because that really helps us go a very long way on YouTube. Make sure you tag me on LinkedIn and Instagram when you put your notes. I love to see all the things that you put. If you want to upskill yourself for free, we have two platforms: Learn UI UX to learn UX design from scratch, and How to Prompt.in to learn about AI tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, all for free. With that being said, I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your host Ansh Mehra signing out. If you like this episode, then make sure you watch the next one in this same playlist right here. We've been making some amazing content, and I'm pretty sure that you will also like the next video in queue.